Bitcoin all-time high today. We got the horizontal breakout after all with Larsson Line gold. It was correct that this was the chart to follow to figure out where Bitcoin and the crypto market was going, if you watched my last video. As Donald Pump took the lead here, Bitcoin pumped. Then as Harris gained here, it looked same on all crypto betting sites, Bitcoin dumped. Then, as it became clear who was winning, we got mega pump. On the DCA show this Monday, one guy commented something like, "How can you pay so much attention to these betting sites when everyone knows that they are manipulated? You should follow the reputable media instead." Like The Economist. On the final day, Kamala Harris moves into a narrow lead. New York Times. And I answered, then why don't you go to Polymarket then and place the opposing bet? If you're so sure that the odds are wrong, then you get rich. And that's still the case. Everyone's saying it's not decided. Why don't you go here then? You click here and no, then you pay 50 cents for one of these contracts. And you will get rich if you truthfully believe what you are saying. Turns out it was the crypto betting sites where odds are based on people putting money behind their mouth that were right, and the mainstream media were all wrong. Many people are shocked today over the outcome. Harris got all these celebrities to endorse her, though I'm not so sure how genuine some of the speeches were. Here are some campaign donations where we can see where most major tech companies stand. Remember when suddenly you couldn't find the Joe Rogan interview with Donald Trump on YouTube, even if you searched for it? Some algo that got a little bit too obvious, I suppose. Mainstream media didn't exactly hold back. This was the CNN homepage a couple of days ago. Trump undermines public trust in the US election. Trump could bring back family separation. Analysis: Donald Trump's campaign of relentless lying. So on one side, all these mainstream media and all the tech companies except one, and the power of having the incumbency, and still lose. How? First they ran Joe Biden. 1.5 years ago, my old mother, who was a nurse, watching Joe Biden on TV said, "I think he has dementia." She's half a globe away. She's watching him on TV from Sweden. Her English isn't even that great, and she can still see it. You think people who worked with him in the office every day couldn't? I think everyone understands that, and I think they lost trust there. Then Kamala Harris. Again, I'm watching from far away. I'm not American, so I could be wrong. But I felt that she doesn't have any strong opinions on many matters. The parody almost wrote itself, answering every detailed question about what she will do with economic policy or whatever, that she's from a middle-class family, trying to win the election based on who she is, that people will identify with her instead of what she wants to do. That probably worked with some people, but I think many people didn't like that. And the pendulum of wokeness has clearly turned. Society is swinging back towards more conservative values. And there is one more factor. The Trump campaign strategists realized one thing that the Harris campaign completely missed. I talked about it months ago, but clearly they don't follow CTO Larsson, they didn't like the video, or they don't have notifications enabled, because then they would have fixed it and won the election. Jokes aside, the mistake they did was that they went out and asked people if they are for or against crypto. And most people are against. They've read in the newspaper that Bitcoin is some kind of scam. Okay, so the strategists go back to office and says we're against crypto. What they missed is that majority doesn't really care. They're against, but they don't care much. It won't swing their vote. But there is 60 million people that love crypto in the US, and they love it so much that it might swing their vote. So Trump comes out ultra positive to Bitcoin and crypto, literally launching an ICO, and I think won over a large share of those voters, who then vote with both ideological conviction to some extent, but also with their wallets. This will be the wake-up call to politicians all around the world. It is political suicide to be against crypto. I've said so for many years, They didn't listen. Now I think more politicians will. Here this is even more striking. This is from Brian Armstrong. They're tracking which candidates are pro-crypto and which are anti-crypto. This was earlier today. Here it's more than a factor 2. It's dumb to be against technology and innovation in general. But for other tech, most people don't care so much. But with crypto, people do care. You come out as against crypto, you will probably lose. So what this means for the crypto market is 2 things. Bitcoin will probably chug on from here. There could absolutely be some short-term sell the news now, but it seems we got the breakout after all with Larsson Line Gold. But the bigger impact, I think, will be on altcoins. Bitcoin was already in the warmth and cozy fine rooms. Larry Fink. Everyone painted Gary Gensler as against Bitcoin. But he actually voted yes to the Bitcoin ETF. Perhaps he felt forced to by the courts and pressure and whatnot, but still, he did vote yes. He could have voted no and he didn't. I think he was okay with Bitcoin. Maybe even liked it. It was all the other projects he felt were various forms of securities that he didn't like. Now this, my friends, could absolutely become the top in the Bitcoin dominance. And we might see a huge revival of altcoin projects. Because lately, with the SEC so aggressive and at the same time unclear, no one dared to do anything. So the only thing that kind of survived was the meme coins, which explicitly is just a collector's item. They don't do anything. But many people like analyzing the fundamentals, the utility and merits of the technology of the project. Which one is the best? Is it Cardano or Solana or Ethereum? But almost all the projects, except perhaps some of the earliest ones, have been so scared lately. With the SEC not willing to tell where the line is, but if you step over it, you will get sued. Now the US will have a president that just launched an ICO, which were basically banned in 2018. Solana to USD, which previously painted this inverse head and shoulders, retested the neckline without invalidating the pattern, moved up all the way to resistance today with Larsson Line Gold. Definitely monitor for breakout. And even Ethereum. It's small, but there's a tiny up candle there on the ETH to BTC chart. Looking at altcoins, it is up across the board, and massively so. People do expect a sunnier season ahead for altcoins. Now is the time to wake up if you haven't already. Join us. Take the course with Larsson Line. Get on Larsson Line Pro now. I have epic stuff lined up over the next few months. It will be included for existing members. Timing is perfect. Just don't get scammed, please. I have only one website. It's ctolarsson.com. As a bonus analysis, remember the 7 synergies of Era Digitalis. Here we see the power of peer-to-peer media. X, Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, the late Peanut the Squirrel had impact. I think the strategy of the Trump campaign to work with Elon Musk and having a positive message to technology innovation made impact. All political opinions aside, as highlighted in the previous video, a win for Harris, who didn't seem to have so strong own opinions about economic policy, could have meant increased confidence to crack down on crypto. Before, they could go after some 20-year-old living in his mom's basement for launching a token project. Now, they have to start with the President of the United States. That will be a lot harder. Instead, I think the politicians of the Western world will see this election outcome and magically, suddenly, say that they have been positive to blockchain innovation all along, and it was the other people who were against. It's exactly the same thing that happened with the internet, happened with mobile phones. I remember, I was there, and with every other technology innovation in history. A new season is starting. Thank you, Tank. CTO Larsson out.